It's that time again. It is December 2024. So let's see the last poem from my stay-at-home cause for poetry calendar. Drum roll, please. I have to unclip it. So this was November, and this is December. All right, let's read it together. No, give us our living right to be in this world unafraid. Let pied beauty run the world. No, give us our living right to be in this world unafraid. Let pied beauty run the world. I like this as a ending of the month. It's powerful. I know what poem this is from. This is from my poem Pied Beauty. And that title is also a title of a poem by Gerard Manley Hopkins. And that poem really stood out to me when I first read it. And so I tried to make my own. And so, yeah, you can find that in my poetry book. But what I like about this is, especially with today's day and age and the times we're living in, give us our living right to be in this world unafraid. I feel like it is scary times in a lot of ways, and it's not going to necessarily, there will always be moments in life that are scary. And while there can be a lot that can be changed to help us go forward in a more positive and a more stronger direction, there will still be challenges in the future. But if we could work together more or find solutions to help things be less scary, feel less scary, just be more protected, more coming together, and just remembering we're all human, that would be nice. But that's a lot of conversations. That's a lot of change in communities, change in people that have more control, that need to understand, are you helping the people or are you working against the people? So there's a lot of things that need to be done, but it's the how, it's the when, it's the what is actually being discussed, being challenged, what is trying to be done to help things be positive for majority versus be harder, make us struggle more. So yeah, it's just that wanting to feel unafraid. And then let pied beauty run the world. Pied beauty is the things that seem flawed or just out of the ordinary, I guess you could say. But that is what can run the world, is the things that aren't perfect, because no one's perfect. Hi, this is editing Desirae. The word I was looking for was diversity. Diversity is the pied beauty, I believe, that diversity exists. And I was struggling to think of what I was trying to say in that word, but that's the word I was looking for, diversity. It's seeing the beauty in everything and noticing how little flaws, different details doesn't mean it's the end of the world, or doesn't mean it's completely bad. It's more, how do we show even what's considered not as beautiful or not, or imperfect, that that's okay too. And so how can we unite all differences to help that run the world? Let differences run the world. And not differences different in opinion, because yes, we all have different opinions, and yes, there will be some things we agree on, some things we don't. Yes, that is a part of life, but it's more, why aren't we seeing these differences across different hierarchies, or across different communities, or across different needs? I don't know. I definitely don't know how to explain it, but I know what I mean, and I know if you read the poem, I guess I should do that. I should have pop up the poem on the screen of Pied Beauty by Gerard Manley Hopkins. And of course, you can interpret it a different way. But the way I took it was, I don't remember the exact line, but for example, he mentions freckles in that poem, and I guess, or freckled things. And me, I'm thinking about my freckles that I have, but that could be considered in a flawed or not as beautiful. Or because I know he talked a lot about nature and just how in nature, not everything is aligned, not everything grows the right way, but it's still growing and it's still providing. And so what could look ugly to someone else, it's beautiful because it's doing its job in a different way, and it's providing that beauty that is a part of our world. And so I guess it's more for how I took it when I first read that poem. It's notice the beauty around us. It is everywhere. And it also made me think about what we consider ugly as just individuals, or what we may deem as flawed or not right. Just because it may have a little chip, a little dent, look weird, doesn't mean it should be neglected. And then the same goes for how we treat humans and others, and how we may deem a person ugly or not beautiful. And it's remembering that there is beauty somewhere, there is beauty within, and to not put someone down just to, I guess, not to put someone down, nor put them in a certain category, because together we can make the world beautiful, and we are all different shades. We are all different individuals. We have all different mindsets. And so it's the together we can make the world beautiful, and we're all those differences. So if we come together with all those differences, we could step outside and see the beauty when it's raining, see the beauty when the sun is shining, see the beauty on a quiet day. But there's so much, I guess, judgment, opinion that pushes us away from that mindset of coming together. I don't know. Poetry is interesting in the fact that you can interpret it in different ways and also have long discussions about it. And so this talking right now made me think back to high school days, or even college days, of sitting in a classroom and dissecting a poem, talking about a poem, sharing how we interpreted it, what we think about it. Do we agree? Do we not agree? How it made us feel, what stood out to us, what we noticed. And so that vibe sometimes, just sitting in a English class, or a workshop class, and just discussing the different ways people took something. It is very interesting and kind of cool that poetry has that power. So yeah, I don't know what you took away from me trying to explain my different mindset of where I went with sharing this poem, but I do like that I have it for December. I think it is a strong poem or snippet of a poem to have for my poetry calendar. So yeah, there will be a 2025 poetry calendar from me. I'm trying to have it out at least 2 weeks before the end of December and the end of 2024. So definitely check my website for that. In the meantime, you can purchase my poetry book. You can purchase my novel. The links are down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you ever read or discussed the poem Pied Beauty by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Let me know how you felt about this poem. Or if you just have recently wrote a poem, you can tell me about that. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, just write your story, and take care.